Okay guys, we're back. Here is the second step in creating your excellent podcast memoirs. Um, so you've recorded your introduction, you've recorded the memoir itself, and now it's time to clean it up a little bit. Okay, maybe you made some mistakes in there, maybe you said some ums that you'd like to cut out. And so I'm going to show you today how to cut out mistakes and then put your memoir back together so it sounds nice and smooth. Okay, we want to get as smooth reading as possible the first time, but if we had to perfect our reading, that would take way too long, and luckily GarageBand can help us out with making a more polished looking copy. So here's how we're going to do it. I've recorded a little segment here that's got some mistakes in it that I'd like to cut out. All right, so this is my memoir that I've recorded. Here we go. My mom gave me $5. I went to the store to buy some milk. Oh, darn it, that's not right. I went to the store to buy some candy. Okay, so I meant to say I went to the store to buy some candy, but instead I said I went to the store to buy some milk. I'd like to cut that out. I'd also like to cut out the little spacebar clicking sound that it recorded when I turned off the recording. You can hear it here. Okay, I'd like to cut that out too. So I'm going to cut out both the mistakes and that click at the end. The first thing you need to do is know that GarageBand has this zooming feature. This is going to help you a lot when it comes to editing. So if I move this bar this way, I'm zooming in, okay, on my project. Right? So you want to be zoomed in to, let's say, about here when you're working on this editing like this. The reason why is, well, I'll show you in a moment when it comes to joining things back together. Okay, so let's adjust the zoom down here as well in our editor. Okay. Oh, one thing, if you don't have this, if yours looks like this right now, which it probably does, the way you get this window to show up is by clicking on the scissors down here, and this is our editor. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to locate the spot in my memoir that I'd like to cut out. Let's start with an easy spot at the end. So I'm going to click here to cut out my little spacebar sound. See, there it was. You heard that sound? Here it is right here. What this is that you're looking at in GarageBand is this is the sound waves being recorded. And so these should be your clues for editing. This little sharp rise here is my click. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down to the editor. All right, and I'm just going to drag so it's right about here. And see how this turns into a plus sign right there? Okay. Down in the bottom half, I'm not up here where it's these two little arrow thingies pointing in. It's the plus sign. I'm going to highlight the part I want to get rid of, just like that, and simply hit the delete button. Just delete, and it's gone. Now when I play it again, no click sound, smooth ending. Okay, that was easy. Now what I want to do is I want to cut out the part where I say I went to the store to buy some milk when I meant to say I went to the store to buy some candy. So what I do is I take my playhead and I drag it over to about that spot. You can see it right here. Okay. I went to the store to buy some milk. Oh, darn it, that's not right. Okay. You can see with the sound waves, this is I went to the store to buy some milk. Oh, darn it, that's not right. Okay. This is the part that I want to cut out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here, okay, and I'm going to click with the plus, and I'm going to highlight that section and hit delete. It's gone. Now the problem is what's left between my mom gave me $5 and I went to the store to buy some candy is this big empty space. So it's going to sound like this. My mom gave me $5. I went to the store to buy some candy. Okay. The way we fix that is as follows. You click up here. See, these are your two pieces you've got now. You click up here and you drag until your piece comes back together, just like that. You have to be very careful. All right. If I go like this, crash into this one, I'm going to end up deleting some of this first part here. And you don't want that. See, watch. I went to the store to buy. Okay? I don't want that. So you need to be careful just to gently line it up. And the computer kind of helps you. It goes click. It kind of automatically snaps into place. Now, if you're having a hard time, if you just can't seem to get it to line up, if it's always going over or not getting close enough, what you do is you zoom in right here. You zoom in further, like this. All right, we get nice and zoomed in on that spot, and it should connect nicely. So now when I play it again, it should sound like, my mom gave me $5. I went to the store to buy some candy. Okay, pretty good. All right, sounds a little more natural, or sounds a lot more natural, I should say. There is a bit of a long pause in here, so if I want to shorten that pause a little bit more, I can just cut out some of this silence. See, this flat line means silence, so I cut that, and I do the same thing I did last time. Click and drag it back. So when I hit play like this, my mom gave me $5. I went to the store to buy some candy. It sounds natural. It sounds like the mistake was never in there in the first place. Okay, now the problem that this creates is now you've got two pieces. Your memoir has been cut into two pieces. We don't want that. If you've got a bunch of tiny little pieces, things get moved around, it all gets messed up, it becomes very frustrating. So the way we fix that is we click on one piece and then we hold down the Shift key. By holding down the Shift key, what it's allowing me to do is highlight multiple things at once. So click on one piece, hold down Shift, click. Okay, both of them are dark purple now. Let me do that again. I click on one, turns dark purple, it means it's selected, it means it's highlighted. And I hold down Shift and I click another one. Now both are highlighted. Now the key to putting them back together is Command J. Command J, as in join. I've joined the two pieces back together. So I cut out the part that I didn't want, and I join them back together, and it should sound like, my mom gave me $5. I went to the store to buy some candy. Okay, sounds natural, like the mistake was never been in there in the first place. Now, as you can see, this is a bit of a fussy process. It takes patience. It takes your willingness to play around with it a little bit. And it does take time. So my number one recommendation to you is to get it right the first time. But if you make a mistake or two, it's not that big a deal. We can edit it out just like this. And the final thing about this Command J feature, this join feature, is I do not want you to join your introduction with your memoir. Now, why do I not want you to join your introduction to your memoir? Anybody? The answer is that we're going to put music in between the introduction and the memoir. And so if they're joined together, we're just going to have to cut them apart again. So just leave them separate. So you should have one blob for your introduction and one blob for your memoir. And that's that. As always, remember to save your work so that you don't lose all this hard work that you did. And good luck.
2, 3. This has been a 2-Cat production.
Okay, sorry.